It has clearly been a long time since I have done my makeup, but here we are. And it is white hot in Mississippi still because it's August, and August is to me always the hottest month of the year in Mississippi. So I'm not going to do much today. You can see I've been, tanning all summer and everything like that. So I'm not going to do a whole lot, but I am going to use my one palette Saint makeup, and I'm going to do a quick face. I have to go to some Oxford to do some errands, so I thought, why not? So here we go. I am going into my two summer colors. I mix colors a lot, especially in the summer, because I have my regular color for the year, and then I go a shade or two darker, and so I like to mix them. Well, usually just one shade. I like to mix them. Now, I'm just kind of spackling this on here. It's not much. I'm using a very light coat because I don't want a lot of makeup. First of all, I don't want to feel like I'm wearing a lot of makeup today, and I also frankly don't feel like I need a lot of makeup because I have been tanning this summer. I just don't feel like I need a whole lot. But anyway, okay. All I did was kind of even out my skin tone. Like, you can't really tell I did a whole lot of anything. I'm going to put a little bit of, what is this? Contour. Just around my cheekbone area a little bit. You'll notice I put it on and then I push up. I don't want to drag it down. It makes you look like hollow in your, I don't want to look like that. So I put a little bit on and then I just push it up a little bit to blend it out. Put a little bit under my jawline. A little bit of a shadow there. It's always good. Then I'm going to put a little bit on the side of my nose, because my nose gets wide, like right here. Up here is pretty narrow, but like right here my nose gets kind of wide. So I'll all right. And then this receding hairline, because I'm old. I will put that as well in there. Okay, let's see. What am I going to do next? I know. I want to take, where's my little brush over here? This one. And I'm going to put a little bit of my lighter shade, and I don't trade out my lighter shade seasonally. So this is still the same light shade that I always use to add in contrast, and I just put a little bit on here and there. And then I'll take the same brush that I used, that's not it, that I used for my base or my foundation part, and I'll just pat that in. I don't put a lot, you'll notice, underneath my eye, because I'm aging. I don't want a lot of product under my eye. And you see, I'm just I'm not swiping necessarily. I'm not doing a whole lot, but kind of tapping it in. It just brings a little depth and contrast to my face. All right, so let's see what's next. Let's see. How about some bronzer? We now have our bronzers in a double pan. So you see, like, these are the normal pans because those are my two summer shades, or my regular shade and my summer shade. But notice how this is twice as wide. We now do our bronzers in a double pan. So, I had to get a double pan. We just came out with those. So, but you'll see I just lightly go like that. I also help blend in my, whatever this is, blush. Hold on. Oh, that's not blush, it's contour. I blend in my contour. It tells you how long it's been since I've done this, because I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, that's bad. All right, and then these are two new colors that I got. One of them's raspberry and one of them's something else. Yep. But they're super bright. However, I'm only going to use a little bit, and I'm mixing them just because they're right next to each other, and why not? They're in the same color family here. But I'm going to put this on, and I know it looks a little out of control right now. Okay, I get it. However, okay, I'm going to then go in and take my bronzer. I haven't put any more on. I haven't done anything like that. And I'm just kind of softening that. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. I'll fix this in a minute, too. I'll show you what I'll do with that in a minute. All right. And then I have some, I'm just going to use some loose powder. This is L'Oreal Infallible Blur Perfection. Blurfection. I don't know how you pronounce. I don't know. It's okay. Whatever it is. And I'm just going to barely tap. I'll show you in just a second. I should have shown you how much I put on my brush. I've got like a little puff, and I'm swirling it off. Like I barely have any, and I just lightly pat that on there. This is where I tend to get shiny all day long, especially if I'm out running errands in and out of the car, you know, hot, whatever. So I'll put just a little bit on my puff. Then I make sure it's good and in there. And then, see, too much. Now I'll take my bronzer, brush that off a little bit. There we go. And that'll just be enough to kind of cut down the super shine, because it's hot and I'm going to sweat. I'm a sweater. I'm sorry. Some of us ladies, we just have to admit that to ourselves, you know. All right, now this is the eyebrow pencil I've been using. NYX Professional something. Y'all, I'm out of contacts. And out of prescription. NYX Professional Micro Brow Pencil. So I'm having to put my glasses on, take them off. Put them on, take them off. I look crazy. Okay. But that is one thing I will say about this makeup, is that because it's a cream, and I know where to put some highlight, where to put contour, where to put my all over foundation color, excuse me, then I don't have to, clearly I need to be able to see, excuse me, but it doesn't have to be so precious and perfect. It will all blend out kind of flawlessly, and it's not really that big a deal if I, kind of get it in the wrong place. All right. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do for eyeshadow, I think. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this little, I don't know what's happened, and I'm going to go in my contour, and I'm actually going to just tap right here with this little brush, because I have those hooded eyes, and I am going to just put a little contour on that little part, because it's going to help visually to recede that part. It still has some highlight on it, but that's okay. All right, we'll put a little bit more on there. See what happens. There we go. Okay. And because it's my contour shade, it's just going to go with the rest of my makeup. Like, it's not going to stand out. It's not going to look like I put a bunch of weird brown on my eyes or anything. You know what I'm saying? And then, let's see. I'm just going to put a little eyeshadow. Now, this is like a little, oh, gosh. A little shimmery color. And when I say shimmer, no glitter. Y'all know I don't do glitter. Ooh, I can't do glitter. And depending upon how thick you layer this or whatever, we'll make sure that's not too much of nothing. Okay? Then that's all you need. Especially on a summer day when there's no need to put on a whole lot of stuff. Now, clearly, I'm going somewhere, or I have an event, or whatever. Of course, I'm going to, yeah, for sure. But just for running errands. I think I'm supposed to go get blood in a little bit. Donate. Then I'm not gonna worry about the rest of it. Oh, I need to put a little bit of some kind of liner or something along my eye, just a little bit. Here's the other thing. Now that I am wearing my glasses all the time and I don't have any contacts, I am trying to wear liner, because that way my eyes, you can see them a little bit better through my glasses, if that makes sense. Not that you can't see my eyes, but you know what I'm saying. All right, I know this is looking a little crazy. You got to remember I can't see, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So now I'm going to take this little brush and kind of just smudge that in just a little bit. Okay? There we go. Smudge it under. Do you see how it just added a little bit to like pull my eye, the color of my eye out? And it's just an eyeshadow. I don't even know the name, the color of it. It's actually like a dark purple. Did you know purple is good for hazel eyes? Yeah. All right, and then I'll do a little mascara. And I'm not putting on eyelash primer today. I'm just going to put on my mascara. This is a tubing mascara though. I really like a tubing mascara lately. Y'all know I'm very hard to please when it comes to mascara. If you've ever watched any of my videos, you know I have tried just about every brand on the market. Right now I'm happy with this one. We'll see if it stays that way or not. But I do kind of like the tubing, and I think one thing I like about it is that, okay, I have a love-hate with it. Let me say, I like that at night I don't have to scrub to get it off. You wet it and it, you know, flakes off or whatever. However, that's a two-edged sword, because then it's all in my sink and I have to clean the sink afterwards because there's these little black flecks and everything all over the sink. So it's a double-edged sword. But I like it, but I like how easy it comes off, but then I don't like that it's not just washed down the sink. You really gotta rinse your sink out afterwards. All right, you see I got some on right there on my face. Do not try to smudge or rub that off. You're only gonna make a mess. I'll show you what we're gonna do in a minute. We're gonna let it dry. All right. Then I also found this little trick yesterday that I thought was pretty. It's like a new little lip. I'm using a liner. All right, so, and I line, all right, I don't go all the way to the corner. I go right in front of it. Right here, right here. All right. And then I color this in, not in the absolute center. I leave that blank. Same thing up here. I don't go all the way to the corner. But I go from the outside in on both sides. Okay, to my Cupid's bow. Again, I'm going to color in like that. I'm leaving the inside blank. Inside, you know what I mean, the center of my lips blank. Then I'm going to take just a gloss. And I like this gloss. But I like the look of just the liner and the gloss. Okay, so now, all right, we think this is dry, so I'm going to show you how to get it off. Use a spoolie, and it will flake off if it's dry. It's not going to mess up my makeup. It's not going to leave a big black mark that I have to then try to fix and cover up and add more product and all that kind of stuff. We're not doing all that. We are not doing all that. Okay, here we go. Ta-da! That's it. Oh, I was going to show you how I take care of this. As you know, with white hair, light colored hair, if you have like really blonde hair or like me, silver, then you're going to get makeup in your hair. So I have our brush cleaner. I spray it like on my little towel here. And I'm going to go like this. And just go over that little area where I got blush and whatnot in my hair. You can see it came off, but it doesn't leave my hair wet. My hair's dry. Isn't that nice? I'll show you. There's nothing on here except what I just sprayed. And I just go right there. And it doesn't mess up my makeup. It just gets it out of my hair. See? Now my hair. That's it. I'll even do a little bit kind of right up there. Okay. That's it. All right. Now I can put my glasses on and be done for the day. If you really want this to stay, I'm going to show you a good setting spray. This is drugstore brand. But this is like locked in, will wear all day long. I'm telling you. This is the L'Oreal Infallible 3-second setting mist, a 36-hour hold. I believe it. Now, I don't wear makeup for 36 hours, but I'm just telling you. And it's also very good if you like sweat a lot, like I do, or it's very humid or whatever. This is going to lock that in. So I'm just going to spray for like 3 seconds. Now, let me say, I'm just going to go ahead, disclaimer. It smells just like hairspray. And you don't inhale it because it will like choke you, but it works. Okay. There we go. There is the look for today. I hope you like it, and I hope that it's okay that I'm back. I may not be back on a regular basis, but, you know, if I get enough love on this video, you never know. Maybe I'll do some more. All right, bye. Y'all have a great Friday, and I hope your wonderful weekend is blessed. Bye.